my Nana's special little rice balls. Well, those little balls, they're long, which you can do fairly simple at home with whatever you've got left over in the fridge. It's awesome, and they taste great. People just love them, and they disappear in a flick of a finger. Okay, so stick by, and we start preparing for the rice balls. See you then. Here we are. We're going to make the rice balls that I was talking about earlier. Okay, very simple. I've got a biggish cup of rice, and in this case I had basmati in the cupboard, so that's what I'm using. So we're going to put that into the water, okay? And as much as I like to say that 90% of the time you can't get the veggies that I want, like spinach, especially in Italy and the top end of the Alps, so I use frozen stuff. Now, frozen veggies, it's quick, easy, you can decide what you're going to make the hour before cooking it. So I use those veggies, a lot of frozen veggies. I'd love to have my own garden, but you can see there, to have this much spinach, you need a huge crop. So I haven't got a garden that big, but whoever can use fresh, no problems. If not, frozen is just as good. So what I do to save time is I'm going to put these frozen veggies in at the same time with the rice, and they'll be cooked at the same time the rice is ready to be all cooked itself. So we'll add it to the brew. Okay, we'll stir it in a bit so it doesn't go. Lift the gas up. Okay. What I can do just for a little bit of extra flavour, I'll turn around for a sec. Where are we? Here's the stock. Now again with stock, at an improvisation, you're not going to make stock in a minute or so. So I do use, in this case I'm in Italy, so I use brodo granulato, sophisticated, verdura, so it's just based on veggies rather than the beef stock. So I use that, and I'll add about a teaspoon, or these little square things, into the stock, just to add a bit of flavour to the mix. And we stir it in. Okay, the gas is going, yes, see. Okay, let it cook. Okay, so we'll come back in about 5 minutes. As soon as the rice is cooked, just let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll strain it, and then we'll add stuff to that mix. See you soon. Hey, back again. Okay, now we're just going to add some spice to that rice and spinach mix for the rice balls, rice and spinach balls, or long things, not longs really. So you'll see what I mean. Okay, so we'll just need a little bit of onion. Now, probably about a half an onion for a cup of rice, just to add some flavour. There's no real rules. Oh, look, fancy cutting here. Wow, I must be a chef. Not really, I just like practicing. So, cut up as fine as you can, okay? If you haven't got a knife, use a half moon, whatever fancy, just make it smaller so that it cooks evenly. Put that to the side. This is my... Maybe a clove of garlic, clove of garlic here, smash, pull it apart, take off the bitsies, okay? Then again, cut it up a little bit smaller, much as squash it if you want, tap it, however you want to do it, okay? There we go. Okay, so we'll mix them together, put the bit of olive oil in the pan, okay? I suppose I'm going to light the fire first, or it doesn't work, so hang on a sec. Okay, put in the pan, in here, put the oil. Italian style, doesn't matter, a little bit more, a little bit less, should be right. There's no measuring. It's about like that. Okay, enough so you can fry your onion. Let it warm up a bit. Like that. Add the onion. Oh, you can hear the sizzle. The sizzling is good. You don't want it to burn though. So, all the fancy chef may put a bit of wine in it after, but I can't afford wine, so, and I don't drink much wine, but I cook with it. But in this case, we'll get the spoon, we'll give it a bit of a stir. Sometimes to soften the onions a little bit faster rather than taking too much time, is I'll add a bit of the stock on the rice and the spinach that I've been cooking, because it's got a little stock cube in it, so it should give it a bit more flavour. Where's this one here? If you noticed up here, Walk this way, Mr. Stefano. You see the rice is cooked, not overcooked, but you need a little bit soft because when you put it together, it's got to stick together. Okay, so I just use a little bit of the stock with the onion. Just helps it, puts it all together. Cooking, 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 cooking. Not forgetting that this will be combined. This will be combined with the rice that is and spinach that have been strained. Okay, so it's dry. We need to make that mixture as dry as possible. So then we add a couple more eggs, and you'll see the process as we go along. And then we fry the little balls that we make. So the onion's going to cook a little more while we're doing the process. So there we go. Okay. Okay, let that simmer away. In the meantime, we're going to strain the rice mixture. I want to keep the actual juice, so we might be able to use it in the soup later. I don't throw anything away. It's got stock, it's got rice, it's got the spinach, and the juice of that I save and I add it to meals, or I make a soup out of it. So I don't throw anything away. I'm stingy that way. Okay, so that's done. We strain, we strain, we strain, we strain, we strain. We spin, strain, strain. Now you can put this mix in a cheesecloth or even a clean napkin if you want to really, really dry it out. Okay, I can just do it like this. I've always done it just like this and it's been fine. I add breadcrumbs and to absorb some of that moisture. People with gluten-free can use tapioca flour. It's a bit fancy, but you can use tapioca flour. Oh, smoke. Really stick on. Okay, so we use tapioca flour for people that are gluten intolerant. But I'm not, as you can tell, gluten intolerant. So here we go. Where's a little bowl? Where's my bowl? Look. Hold on, off camera. Hello, back again. Got the bowl. So we put that in here. Don't forget the onion. Just stir the onion. Stirring, 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 stirring. Okay, back to the... And as you can see, this is nice juice. Add a little bit of pastina or pasta, a small little pasta in it, and you'll have a nice little soup. It's yummy, yummy, yummy. Well, we'll put this aside for now. Bye for now. Coming back. Offset. There we go. Okay, so now we switch this off for a second. We add the onions to the mix. There we go. All of it. Clean. Okay. Mix that in just a little bit. Now you can see it's fairly wet at the moment, so we mix it in. Okay, this is Italian mascarpone, but not really. I don't put mascarpone in there. It's hiding the eggs. Italians use everything. So we'll put a couple of eggs in here. Okay, uno. And do it fresh for my chickens. 2 eggs. We'll close the mascarpone case again for next time. And yes, in the other mascarpone tin is the salt. Very fancy, look like a professional chef. I think the higher you go, the better it is. So it's to taste, okay? So don't forget you put a stock cube in there, okay? So that's got a bit of salt in it. People say, oh, these stock cubes are so salty. But you put one without salt, you end up adding salt anyway, so it doesn't make any sense to me, but anyway, everyone's an individual, mix it in. And sorry guys, I've got a little bit of a cold today, and unfortunately I'm talking through my nose. You can hear it, it's really nosely, but oh well, first video. Okay, so it's too wet to make into any sort of balls that will stick together, but that's where we put some breadcrumbs. So breadcrumbs, here we jar. Fancy jar. Add. And also, my secret ingredient is fromage. Fromage. So I add lots of formaggio, or cheese. Any good grated cheese. I don't go there grating, I'm fancy. I just get a packet one and I add it to the mix. All of it actually. So that's about a packet of about 100 grams. So I just put about 80 grams of it into the mix. It adds an amazing taste to the actual finished product. Oh, can smell the cheese. Mixing. Oops, making a mess. Mixing. Still just a little bit wet. So you have to be the judge of how moist the product is, or the stuffing, or whatever you want to call it. Real technical, I am, eh? Again, you would replace the breadcrumbs with tapioca flour. It's a bit fancy, I know, but some people can't have gluten. And obviously people don't have lactose, but hey, I'm going for the kill here. Okay? I'm going for the kill. So just a little bit more of the breadcrumb. I put a little bit of touch of olive oil, just for fun, just like fancy. And we mix. In the meantime, I will turn this on again. Gas on. Put in the olive oil into here. Wow, I love my olive oil, can't you tell? But it's a good oil. Hey, not too problem. It's a good oil. Makes you big and strong. In fact, sometimes too. I'll burn it. Now we're just going to prepare some of the balls I was talking about. The long balls, I can't work it out, long, round, anyway. So I just wet your hands just a little bit, because the stuff is sticky. So I roll them up into, you can roll them into balls, but I prefer them, like my nonna used to make them, or my grandma, into little polpette in Italian. Polpette di riso e spinach. Now, again, you can add whatever you've got. If you want to add carrot to it, and sliced carrot, you can. But the cheese, if you could smell, smell. Okay, so then we put them into fry. Okay, remember that this stuff's already cooked. Okay, so the stuff that's in it has been pre-cooked through the process, and then I just there. You can see a cup of rice, a little bit more than a cup, and a few blocks of spinach goes a long way. And the kids scoff at them, and the adults do too. So many visitors have come and said, "Oh, I've invited them to stay, but I thought, what are we going to do?" I quickly put these together. It takes about less than half an hour. That with the salad, maybe with the pasta, or just as a snack. The kids love it. They take them to school the next day. I like them. And they're very easy to make, really, and cost effective. A cup of rice, a couple of bits of spinach is probably about €2 or €3 in Italy, say $5 in Australia. It's just cheap as chips. Cheap as chips, as we say. And they go a long way. So you make them as big. I mean, try not to make them massive, because they're, you want them to, how many have you made? 5. Lunch. So I'll make one more, and then we'll show you what they look like in the pan. Okay? There we go. Very good. Okay, I'll move this aside for a sec. We'll make them later. And you want them so that they're browning off. See, slowly, give it a bit of cook. Add oil if you need to. If you wanted to, you could actually add a bit of butter for a different taste. But I like my olive oil, as you can tell. See the sizzling. You can smell it very nice. It smells beautiful. It's very yummy. We're cooking. See, once you got the color like this, my beautiful clean hands. You got the browning like this. It keeps them all firm, so they don't fall apart. Now, after they're cooked, you can put them in a plate. You can add a bit of mayonnaise or just plain. My son likes them with tomato sauce. Nearly there. It doesn't use a lot of oil. As long as the pan is very hot, you'll find that you don't have to add much oil to it. I'll let these cook for a second. I'm just going to wipe my hands off, and we'll see you in a second. Okay, here we are. We've finally fried up these. Takes about 5 minutes. Just as long as you brown the sides. Turn off the gas. There you are. See, nice colour. That's what you want. You want it to be evenly coloured. Okay, a bit more, a bit less. You want them darker, keep them darker. In the meantime, we'll plate them up, and we're going to try them. Vediamo. Okay. Very good. Okay, we'll put it up here. Look, fancy chopping board. Ooh, a Russia bell. Okay, we'll plate them up. Jamie Oliver, eat your heart out. Okay. Woo, hot in your fingers, finger hot. Ooh, it's very hot. It's very hot. Ooh, I'm hungry. There we go. Woo. I probably let them cool down just a little bit before you put them in your mouth because it's very. Oh, hold on. Is it the fancy? Hold on. Oh, isn't it nice? Oh, stay. Yum. Now we're going to try one. I think we could try it. Vediamo. Which one should we try, Stefano? This one?
Yeah, I think so. Just a second.
What do they do when they do the videos? Very good. One second. They're all going. There's none left. I'm not in him. That's your first lesson in prepacked riso and spinach. Okay, now I'm speaking Italian because I'm an Australian living in Italy, but my blood is Italian. Even though I was born in Australia, it's a good Italian food. Sorry. Love clowning around, as you can see. So remember, grow with me, subscribe, put the little bell thing, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, to remind you of the new episodes coming out, and hopefully we can have fun together. Please try my recipe. Let me know how it went and how it didn't go. But yeah.